Home sweet home. We are back in a Toyota GR86. It's been a minute. I'm here with Substitute Topher.
Good morning.
You've been driving this all week.
Yes, I have.
This is the Hakone edition GR86, which is very exciting. The performance pack comes standard here, which means we have Brembo brakes, Sachs dampers, 18-inch wheels, and what's this color, Chris?
Ridge green.
Oh, it's so good looking. Let's hop outside, walk you guys around this, take it for a drive, do the thing. You know the deal. Ridge green and bronze wheels, matte bronze wheels nonetheless. The Brembo brakes are looking extra spicy on this Hakone edition. Look at the caliper clearance here. That's just a couple millimeters. It's pretty tight.
Precision.
Very precise. We have some GR Sport dealer accessories. So sway bars, a strut tower brace, a GR Sport exhaust, and a subwoofer, which Chris claims completely ruins the car.
It doesn't ruin the car, it just ruins the sound system.
Oh, it just ruins the sound system.
Yeah.
It also makes it so that you can't access the spare tire area if you decide to get a spare tire.
Yeah, you have to, they have this little release point right here. You can take the subwoofer out.
Okay.
But it does ruin, it ruins
you can't lift this up because it's in the way. You can't even, I guess you could get to your fix flat kit, but.
You can see the Hakone edition special trunk mat though, it's trimmed in tan.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
Is there also a tan key fob or something too?
Yeah, so they all come with a key condom standard that matches the tan interior and says GR86 on it.
Wonderful.
See,
I like that.
And a tan owner's manual to match this.
Wow, very classy.
Good stuff.
Okay. The exhaust tips are classically not quite centered or even, just like my BRZs were. That's okay. This looks and feels very aftermarket. I believe it's just an axle back. No, it looks like a full cat back. Okay.
They charge like $1,800 for it.
It's almost
$2,000.
Yeah, don't get this. Just go get a Corsa exhaust or a Borla or something if you want a good sounding exhaust on the BRZ or GR86. I like the way this thing looks. It's lightweight, it's nimble, 227 horsepower. 228 horsepower. I've already forgotten the numbers of the car that I owned for a decade. 228 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque from a 2.4 liter boxer 4-cylinder. I mean, gosh, this is probably like the 50th or 60th video I filmed on a Toyota 86 or BRZ.
Yeah.
You guys know the deal. You've seen my ownership videos. I sold my Safari BRZ about a year ago, actually, right around the time when I bought the Ranger Raptor. So it'll be fun to get back behind the wheel of one of these.
We also have a $75 GR air filter.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's not a huge markup on that. Usually air filters are like 60, 65 bucks.
Yeah.
So tack another $10 for the GR1. Okay. Love the engine bay of these cars. Super easy to work on. Everything's accessible. Strut brace looks excellent. And I love how they're just branding everything that used to be TRD with GR now. It looks better. It looks a bit more proper. Cool. A face that any enthusiast could love.
It's a good looking car.
It is.
This is one of those cars that's been around for a minute. I mean, as a GR86 only for a few years, but the 86 has always just been a really attractive car.
I love these wheels and I love this color. Looks like we also get wheel locks too. There is a numbered plaque limited to 860 units. The Hakone edition 2025 Toyota Gazoo Racing. Very, very neat. Alcantara suede here on the doors. Love these seats. Oh, they're just stunning.
So these are exclusive, of course, to the Hakone. So you have the tan trim seats, you have tan stitching on the shift boot, you get a special shift knob that says Hakone.
Similar to the Morizo edition on the GR Corolla.
Yep, I think it's the same shift knob.
It's the same one, yeah.
And then you've got stitching here, you've got it on the steering wheel, you've got it on the back seat, it's everywhere. So they've trimmed this out, even on the door panels here too.
It feels nice.
And the floor mats have a little extra trim.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So they charge you a few extra grand for this, but they really, really trim this out.
These limited editions are really nice. The color combinations work great, and they do hold their value a little bit better over time. So there's something to be said about them.
So the Hakone edition actually was a thing in 2020
as
well. Slightly different color.
It's one of the last special editions of the
just
GR86.
the regular 86.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Toyota
but
86, yeah.
no, this is back. And Toyota's kind of committing to doing these special editions every year. So they had the Trueno edition in 24, and for 26 they have the Yuzu. Good building for you to bounce that off of.
Yeah, I figured this would be a good place to test the exhaust. A few things have been tweaked for the 2025 model year. Throttle tuning, you said?
Yes.
Is different?
And steering.
And steering, okay. So we should have slightly better steering feel. The clutch feels a little bit heavier. I wonder if they tweaked the clutch helper spring weight a bit.
Not sure.
Don't have any official documentation on that, but just from the seat of the pants, it feels like it's got a little bit more weight to it.
You feel like you're right back at home?
I do. As a stock driving experience, this seems like it feels a little bit better. It feels a little bit more fluid and easy to drive.
Yeah. I felt a bit more like a hero in it this week.
We still have the god-awful piped-in noise, which you could just disconnect over there.
Pull the fuse.
Pull the fuse. Pull the plug. Sounds like it has two engines or something.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
And it kind of... You can't even hear...
Can't even hear the exhaust. No. Truly terrible piped-in engine noise, but that's okay. It's an easy thing to unplug. It takes 5 minutes. It's the first thing I did when I got my BRZ back from the dealer. I wish you could do it in the infotainment.
Yeah.
Had an ND Miata last week. Ultimately, for sheer driving thrills, I still prefer that. But as an all-rounder, this takes the cake. You've lived with this all week, Chris.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I like that the turn signal is now normal.
Oh yeah, no more BMW turn signal. Look
Yeah.
at that.
So that's my biggest takeaway.
That was a weird design choice they made when this first came out.
Yeah. But also, kind of like you said earlier, it feels a little bit easier to drive now that they've tweaked some of the drivability things like the throttle tuning.
It really does, yeah. Yeah, it feels a little bit easier to downshift, to accurately place your revs in the power band. The grip is just insane. This still, I feel like, it still needs the 4:3 gear ratio. The 410 here makes the gearing feel a little bit too tall. And you would gain a little bit, 5% more power and torque with the 4.3 rear diff. Power here still feels ample. It's a very linear power band. They've pretty much gotten rid of the torque dip from the previous gen. Yeah, in stock form, this drives well. It might gain a little bit of power too from the exhaust and the air filter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's always fun to ride in these with the expert of this chassis. Really feel what it's capable of.
Oh, it's just so good. It's so light, it's so nimble. It's not quite as weightless feeling as the Miata, but it's really darn close. It's the only other car that gets as close as the Miata in terms of just chassis enjoyment.
I feel like the Miata is as fast as this too.
Oh yeah, the Miata feels like maybe it's a little bit torquier, but in the higher revs this pulls a bit harder. When this first came out, there were lots of drag races between this and the ND Miatas. And all right, well, we have to do a sound system test. I don't know if you can cue up
I'll get it.
the song.
Ganja?
Yeah, why not?
The OG song. There's bass in this song, right?
Oh yeah. It just takes a minute for the bass to drop.
Prepare yourself.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is nothing either. I need
hear it as much, just feel it in my brain.
Yeah. This is copyright free.
Wow. This is like so 90s. There's so many things about this car that are just like throwback to the 90s. It's like a brand new car from the 90s. In that Toyota just took their GR86 to like the local subwoofer store and had them install a sub in the back without really calibrating it to anything else.
I know.
Sometimes Toyota gets stuff so right, and sometimes they get stuff so like hilariously wrong. And that sub is one of those cases. And the engine noise is another one.
Yeah.
All right, so the dampers, we hit a really big impact back there, and it just rocked the chassis. I like them, but I still prefer the suspension tuning on the BRZ. It's perfect for this car. It's just a little bit softer. This feels better than the standard GR86, but I still don't love the way they feel. I feel like there's just a little bit too much stiffness to them. Still a little bit overdamped for what this car needs. Fuel cut is so aggressive.
Yeah. It's like scary.
Yeah. Let's get this on the highway, see what the exhaust sounds like there. We're also hearing a little bit of tire noise from the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, not the 4S, the 4s. That's both a Michelin thing and a GR86 thing. There's just not a lot of sound deadening in this car.
Also, this road surface is terrible. You'll be able to tell better once you cross off of this.
Okay. So let's see, 65 miles an hour. Oh, I miss our cruise control stock.
That's the best.
It's the best. The best
Toyota
Toyota stock.
That's the best cruise control design out of any car in the history of ever.
And here they've integrated it with adaptive cruise control. Proof that they can do it. And all the new Toyotas with this system should be doing this instead of whatever button arrangement they've decided to come up with and just randomly put buttons at different places on the steering wheel. Yeah, I can see how there would be a little bit of exhaust drone.
A little bit. It's not awful.
It's not awful, but it's present. Yeah, probably wear on you a bit on a longer road trip.
Well, luckily you've got a 10-inch sub if you don't want to hear that.
Exactly. Drown everything out, including your own thoughts.
Eyesight chirping at you?
I think so, yeah. It's nice because there's a combination of Subaru and Toyota bits here. It's awesome how they've managed to integrate adaptive cruise control, lane centering, all this stuff in a manual car. And it works well. What else? What else this week?
There's nowhere to put your elbows in this car.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. And then when you do put your elbow somewhere, you open this.
Open the console when you put it down.
That's just kind of a thing.
Yep.
It's okay.
But I love the steering wheel.
Yep.
I love the seating position.
Steering wheel's the right size.
It is. And it's like attractive looking too.
It looks good.
Pretty, yeah.
Seats are comfortable.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, minimal complaints. I think it'll be interesting to see if Toyota actually puts like the GR 3-cylinder in this.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. I've never really been the biggest fan of this boxer engine. I know that's kind of controversial, but
no, you're right. It's just fine.
It's like, I don't know.
You can see the horsepower and torque curve right here.
Yeah, that is cool to see.
There is technically still a torque dip around 4,500 RPM, but you don't really notice it anymore. Gear shift indicator is very delayed. And I'm just getting out of the BMW M2, which actually shows you when you go into neutral between gears. It's like instant.
Oh, wow.
It's insane. All right, well, it's always nice to get back behind the wheel of one of these. I always am surprised at how much space there is in this interior. The packaging is just truly awesome.
Yeah, and it's got, what I like is that they've considered the manual transmission cars, because you don't necessarily want to have drinks in here.
Yeah.
You've got a cup holder on each door.
However, I wish they still kept a cup holder here just to put something in there, like you know, a phone or a wallet or whatever.
Does your old car have that?
No, they do that for the automatic cars. You'd have to swap out the console for it, but it's really nice to have.
Interesting.
Ah, great turn signal.
Yes. Short throw.
Yep. Simple controls, physical buttons for everything, CarPlay. Yeah, it's just such a simple, refreshing car to get behind the wheel of. For 40 grand versus the Miata does feel more premium with its interior and leather and stuff, but this is definitely an upgrade in terms of materials with the Hakone edition. I appreciate that. Oh, wow, look at that. We tried it last night for the first time.
You tried Culver's?
We did, yeah.
What'd you think of it?
Well, this isn't a review on Culver's, so I'll tell you after.
Okay. Gotta pay extra for that.
Yeah.
Like these tires. I know they're a little noisy on the highway, but they have good grip, and even in the rain they feel good. I drove this around in the rain a bunch yesterday and I had zero sketchy moments.
Yeah. No, I agree. They are a good kind of all-around summer performance tire.
Yeah.
And they're not super harsh or you know, stiff. I feel like they absorb bumps pretty well too.
Yeah.
They work on track. All right, so really nothing too unexpected here with the 2025 GR86 Hakone edition. It's about the same formula they followed with the Toyota 86. Some of the GR accessories here you could probably do without. Definitely the subwoofer. The sway bars feel good. The strut tower brace, you know, nice responsive front end. I mean, you know, it's nice that Toyota is offering some accessories in the aftermarket for this car. The exhaust, I feel like they could have put a little bit better engineering into and lowered the price a little bit. It just doesn't make sense financially to get this exhaust. It's okay. It adds a little bit of extra flavor, but it's completely drowned out by the silly fake engine noise. So, again, would be nice to be able to turn that off. If they're doing things like, you know, changing the turn signals and tweaking the throttle response, I feel like that's a setting they can put into the infotainment very easily. Ultimately, I would still prefer a base standard GR86 for 30 grand. I don't think this really adds much to the driving experience.
No.
It's a nicer place to be. It's a little bit more special to look at, but you're still going to get the same driving experience for 30 grand as you will here at 40 grand. With a little bit more money to modify and tweak things yourself, which I think is kind of what this car is about, right?
Put your own 10 grand into it.
Exactly.
Make it what you really want it to be.
Go on eBay, get a 4.3 diff for $600, install that, throw an axle back or a exhaust on there yourself.
Go to Radio Shack and get a subwoofer.
That's right. Or don't. You like the standard
Don't do that.
Don't even bother. Get yourself a spare tire from eBay from a previous generation Toyota 86 or BRZ.
Yeah.
And get a proper set of coilovers on here if you want comfortable suspension, or just swap on a set of springs and dampers from a BRZ. has one of the strongest handbrakes.
I saw your hand just hovering over the handbrake for the last 2 minutes. It was waiting for it.
It was. And that's why you get the base car with the Michelin primacy tires.
Easier to do that.
Easier to do that.
That's what this car is all about.
Yeah. It's just fun, man. It's just a fun car.
It's a fun car.
Yep.
I like the 90s vibe.
Yeah. Strong 90s vibes. It's still just a little bit tricky to get those shifts right. Get them smooth between gears.
I agree. Yeah. I know I was telling you the other day, it feels like the throttle response is like 30% better. Like,
yeah.
You can tell they've tweaked it, but it's still not super easy to be smooth.
You don't have to absolutely just mash the pedal down to get revs out of it when you're downshifting. But
yes. Like you do with the Miata.
Yeah, that's always kind of been one of my bigger frustrations with the BRZ, the GR86, this whole platform, is that it's just kind of tricky to drive it smoothly.
Yeah.
But when you do get it right, it's that much more satisfying.
Yeah, that's what I always say. It does make you feel a bit more like a hero.
That's right. To wrap up our video. Yeah. Scenic pine trees in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. That's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll just envelop ourselves in a bunch of green here. Yeah. I think the best thing about this Hakone edition is just walking up to it every time you see it.
It's gorgeous.
Looking back at it as you leave it. It's so good looking, and this color combo it hits. All right, that'll be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Go check out Chris's channel at TheTopher Drives, not to be confused with this channel. We've only made it as confusing as possible, haven't we, for people? Did you get a haircut?
I did.
It looks good.
Yeah, I tried going for a little bit of like a modern mullet vibe.
Yeah.
Then I slept on it last night, and it's all out of whack. We'll try and make it look better for the next video.
That's okay. It looks good. It's not in your face, not in the camera anymore, right?
Yes, exactly.
I like the Brembo brakes. They don't feel any different though from the standard brakes, really. They don't really have that much extra bite. Maybe it's down to pad, but I mean, honestly, if you're tracking the car, these brakes are all you'll ever need, just with, high temp fluid and maybe a more aggressive brake pad. But it's nice that they're proper set of Brembos on all four corners. That's worth something, honestly, for the performance pack.
Yeah. I was surprised when I was reading up on this that the rears were also unique.
Yep.
Brembo brakes.
You can't fit 17s, but also the standard brakes work fine on track too, with a proper pad and proper fluid. So, give or take. These look good though.
Yeah, I like the red calipers on this.
Yep. Easy to bleed too. Okay. More driving.
Okay. Oh, I have the key. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I think stock for stock though, I still prefer the Miata. And then when you do some modifications to these, it gets better, but out of the box, I feel like there's just a few tweaks that need to be done to these cars to get them right.
I agree.
And the Miata in stock form is just so much better. And then, of course, the Miata with the modifications is amazing too. But not everyone can daily drive a Miata. I just saw an article that said the Miata is the least driven new mainstream car. No one drives them because they're just impractical. And this could be your only car. It has back seats that you can either put stuff in, use it as a shelf, or occasionally put someone back there. I actually had a car seat back there for rear facing and forward facing for my son, and it worked great. Mm-hmm. About the same amount of room back there as there is in a to coupe. There just aren't any naturally aspirated manual front engine rear drive sports cars left. Everything's turbocharged. It's this and the Miata, and that's it. Savage geese.
All the geese are having babies now.
That's right. It's goose mating season. Oh, pedal placement, like, it's just all correct. And it makes you just want to do dumb things like this, which you wouldn't do in any other car besides this or a Miata.
I think I did that in my winding road video. Now that I think about it. That exact move.
It just makes every drive a little bit better.
Yep.
Don't go and ruin your GR86 with too many GR accessories. Keep it simple. Keep it classy, and you'll have a great time. Now we're getting into the rhythm, Christopher.
That was a tasty 5-3.
That was good.
Very good.
It's funny. Whenever you drive this car hard, I think the AC shuts off at like full throttle, so it smells. It smells different.
Yeah, it smells like.
It smells a little bit wet.
Yeah. Like musty.
Yeah, it smells kind of musty, which is weird because this is a brand new car with 2,000 miles on it. But that's just kind of how it's always been.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. Yep.
It's almost like a sweet smell, though.
Yeah,
like sugary.
It does smell sugary, yeah. But if you turn the AC off, it goes away.
That's right.
And it's only when you're driving hard. Normally, you know. But they've got your back, you know, wide open throttle. It knows it doesn't make a lot of power, so it turns off the AC like you would in the 90s with your car at a stoplight race.
Yes.
Best brand new car from the 90s.
Yes.
All right, well, that's the second ending to this video.
Yeah. Typical
Okay, that's it. That's all we got.
Midwestern goodbye.